It's 4 p.m. You have one email left to write. It is 3 sentences long. It requires almost zero intelligence. Yet you are staring at the screen and your brain feels heavy, like it's full of static. Or maybe it's 7 p.m. You promised yourself you'd go to the gym. The shoes are right there. You want to be the person who goes, but you feel a physical resistance in your chest, a wall that says, "No, not today." We usually label this feeling with harsh words. We call it laziness. We call it a lack of discipline. We tell ourselves we just need to try harder.
But what if I told you that feeling isn't a character flaw? What if I told you your ability to force yourself to do things is actually a biological resource, like gas in a tank, and you simply drove until the needle hit empty? This feeling has a name: decision fatigue. And in 1998, a cruel little experiment involving fresh-baked cookies and raw vegetables proved exactly how it works.
Let's take a trip back to Case Western Reserve University, 1998. Dr. Roy Baumeister and his team are setting up a laboratory. But this doesn't look like a normal psych lab. It looks like a bakery. They installed a tabletop oven in the room and began baking chocolate chip cookies. The smell was overwhelming, rich, buttery, melting chocolate wafting through the hallways. If you've ever walked past a bakery when you're hungry, you know this smell hijacks your brain. The participants arrived. They are hungry. They've been asked to skip a meal before coming in. They sit down at a table with 2 bowls in front of them. Bowl number 1, the warm, gooey cookies. Bowl number 2, raw red radishes. Here is where the torture begins. The participants are divided into groups. Group A is the lucky group. They are told to eat the cookies and enjoy themselves. Group B is the willpower group. They are told they must eat the radishes, but they are absolutely forbidden from touching the cookies. Imagine being in Group B. You are alone in the room. The smell is driving you crazy. You want the cookie. Every instinct in your body is screaming, "Grab it!" But you have to use your executive function, your brain's braking system, to say no. You force down a bitter radish instead. The researchers watched them through a hidden window. Many of the radish eaters picked up the cookies, smelled them, and put them back. It was a massive struggle, but they did it. They didn't eat the cookies. They succeeded. They had self-control. But the experiment wasn't about the food. The food was just the setup. The real test happened next. After the eating phase, the researchers brought the participants into another room. They gave them a geometry puzzle. The instructions were simple. Trace this geometric figure without lifting your pencil and without retracing any lines. Here is the secret the participants didn't know. The puzzle was unsolvable. It was rigged. The researchers didn't care if they solved it. They wanted to measure persistence. They wanted to know, how long will these people keep trying before they give up? The results were shocking. The people who ate the cookies, Group A, worked on the puzzle for an average of 19 minutes before quitting. They had energy. They were patient. But the radish eaters, the people who had just successfully resisted the cookies, they lasted an average of 8 minutes. 8 minutes. That is less than half the stamina of the cookie eaters.
Why? Why did the radish eaters quit so fast? They were the disciplined ones. They proved they had self-control in the first room. That's exactly the point. They quit because they used their self-control in the first room. Baumeister realized something profound that day. Willpower isn't a personality trait. It's not something you have or don't have. It is a battery. Every time you force yourself to do something you don't want to do, like eating a radish when you want a cookie, you drain that battery. By the time the radish eaters got to the puzzle, their battery was empty. They didn't have the mental fuel left to persevere. This is ego depletion.
Now look at your life. You probably aren't sitting in a lab staring at radishes, but you are draining your battery. 7 a.m., your alarm goes off. You want to sleep, but you force yourself up, minus 10% battery. 8 a.m., you want to scream at the traffic, but you stay calm, minus 10% battery. 10 a.m., you want to check Instagram, but you force yourself to answer emails, minus 15% battery. 12 p.m., you want the burger, you order the salad, minus 15% battery. By 4 p.m., you haven't lifted a single heavy object, but your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus and control, is exhausted. So when that last email comes in, or when you get home and see the gym shoes, you aren't lazy, you're the radish eater in the puzzle room. You have simply run out of fuel. This explains the afternoon crash. It explains why high-powered executives often have affairs. It explains why, after a day of making hard decisions, you end up binging Netflix and eating junk food. Your brain is desperately looking for the cookie because it can't handle any more radishes.
So, are we doomed? If the tank empties every day, how do people stay productive? The findings from this study suggest we need to treat our willpower like a budget, not magic. 1. Do the heavy lifting first. Never schedule your most difficult creative work or hardest decisions for 4 p.m. Your battery is lowest then. Do the puzzle first thing in the morning when your tank is full. 2. Stop leaking fuel. Obama and Mark Zuckerberg famously wore the same outfits every day. Why? To avoid decision fatigue. Deciding what to wear is a radish. Deciding what to eat for breakfast is a radish. If you automate the small stuff, you save the fuel for the big stuff. 3. The sugar fix. Later studies suggested that a quick hit of glucose can temporarily restore willpower. But the better long-term fix? Rest. Your brain needs to recharge just like a muscle needs to recover after the gym.
The next time you find yourself paralyzed by a simple task at the end of the day, stop beating yourself up. You aren't broken. You've just spent all your tokens. The solution isn't to force yourself to try harder. The solution is to realize that the cookie and the puzzle draw from the same energy source. You have to protect that energy. We're going to be diving into the Hungry Judge study in the next episode, an experiment that proves how lunch breaks can literally determine whether someone goes to prison or walks free. It's terrifying. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and tell me in the comments, what is the radish in your daily life that drains you the most?